Can I just go on to the...
We're live.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Apologies for the delay in starting. We had some technical issues that we've managed to iron out now. Welcome to the first of many parent forums that we hope to establish in the future. Our intention is to hold them half-termly with up and coming topics like attendance and looking at the sixth form this year. And then next year, we'll start to look at uniform behaviour and other topics that you might want to suggest that we look at. The principles of the forum are around information sharing, engaging with you as parents and the community, and a way of sharing updates on specific items or specific foci that we might have. It's not really a forum for consultation, so there isn't that opportunity to have back and forth, but there is an opportunity to ask questions in the chat, so that we can also consider how we might address any issues that you're having around a particular area of focus. Just a word of warning about that. So if there are specific issues with your child, your son or daughter, then actually probably what would be better for you to do would be to come into school to meet with us or to drop us an email in order to answer your questions about more specific items. But more general questions around tonight's focus, which is the use of Go for Schools, then of course we'll be able to answer those. You'll see where you can type in your questions in the chat, and we'll be able to answer them as we go along. But I'm going to hand over now to Mr. Priddle, our Senior Assistant Principal, who's going to talk to you about Go for Schools.
Hello, good evening all. Thank you for those that have joined. If you haven't, this will be recorded and you'll be able to watch back on our YouTube at any point. So as we said, we're going to talk about Go for Schools, and we're going to look at specifically progress and assessment for today. We will be looking at other aspects because Go for Schools is such a wide piece of software online that we wouldn't be able to cover all of it in just this session. So we'll start with progress and we'll look at assessment as well. So I'm going to share my screen. Bear with me if there are any technical issues. And
We have a technical issue, sir?
We have a technical issue already. Okay, right, entire screen. There we go. Select screen to share window. All right. Okay, so we look like we're going to be okay. We look like it's going to happen. There we go. Fingers crossed. Entire screen. No. Okay, so as we go into Go for Schools, I'm going to have to talk you through the process instead, which isn't going to be ideal for us. Bear with me again. Google Chrome will be able to record.
What happened? Did we lose it?
We lost it. We lost it briefly. But now we have. Okay, so share. Okay, so there we have our Go for Schools here. Now, before I'd like to go into anything, I'd like to just talk us through our assessment here at Rivers. So this is what it looks like. So in Key Stage 3, which is year 7, 8 and 9, we are assessing with towards, secure and above. And as you can see, that level of difficulty increases as the years go up. If you go across to the Key Stage 4, which is our year 10 and year 11, you can see that we've roughly attributed those to GCSE grades in terms of difficulty. Now, by no means do we assume that progress is linear, that we don't expect students to just keep getting better and better and better. Just because you're the fastest runner in PE doesn't mean you're going to be the best at badminton, etc., etc. So we do expect progress to fluctuate and come up and down as we go. So, but that is how we award our children in year 7 and year 8. And that is very clear in terms of the curriculum. And this is what we'll be using, and is available on our website just under assessment if you were to search there. Now, when it comes to also talking about the curriculum, if you type into our website and you go on to curriculum here, you'll be able to see we have a curriculum overview for all of our year groups, and I have a year 8 overview just here. So we can see exactly what every single year group will be studying. Now, that's a lot of information to digest quite early on. But the reason for that is when we click on to Go for Schools, I would always recommend clicking on to it using a computer or a tablet and not use the phone app in terms of progress. The phone app's good for quick shorthand to find out titles, if you get my drift. So like, the percentage titles and a quick information. But if you want real detail, it's always best on a desktop view. And here, if we click progress just on the left, the reason why it's better is that we can break down that curriculum and we can see here what each subject is. If you have gone onto it and you've got this view, please go across into the detailed. And then this is where what you'll see on the right hand side here, this column is the curriculum. And these are those curriculum maps that I mentioned. So you'll be able to see what the student is learning, what your child is learning, and where they're currently at.
So those are the topics for each term.
Those are the topics for each term.
Fantastic.
Now, how we assess at Rivers is dependent on each subject curriculum. So each middle leader, the heads of department, will decide when they assess, and they decide on those topics. Largely at Key Stage 3, it's per half term because that's what the middle leaders have decided. And as Mrs. quite rightly said, these marry up with what the curriculum maps are doing. So you'll be able to see what's to come and what's to go. So that's what all these mean. And you can see there is a breakdown here. So what we've got here is 3 aboves and 1 secure. And this empowers you to have those conversations as parents as well. So for example, greatest threat to a king's power assessment was a secure. So you can start having those conversations at home that are quite direct towards specific outcomes and parts of the curriculum. If you have any questions, direct questions regarding an assessment or regarding anything regarding the curriculum, you can see the member of staff on the left as well. And we would encourage you to just drop an email to that member of staff if you have any questions regarding the curriculum in that way. That's Key Stage 3. The only real difference between Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4 is that we obviously use towards, secure and above. But at Key Stage 4, we use grades, and that is where we need to start looking at grades in terms of numbers 1 to 9. So what they're currently working at is we use a plus to say that they are really, really secure, and then we use a minus to say they've only just managed to achieve that. Therefore, the course prediction is what the staff member believes they're going to get at the end of year 11. So once they've sat all their exams. So that's what we're going to do here. So you're currently working at, you'll have a plus and a minus, plus being really secure, a minus being literally just getting into that, and then your final grade. It is possible for the current to be higher than the course prediction because they could be doing some great coursework, but not really great on the exams. So that's where we will be doing that, and we can see here that's what we've got here, and it's the same process, but obviously the curriculum is much bigger when it comes down to the Key Stage 4. Okay, and that is largely what we have to say there regarding those issues there. If we have any questions, we can go there now and we can look at that. But that's regarding progress, and that's how it works at Ormiston Rivers. If we will hang around for some questions for a couple of minutes, and we will let you know.
And if not, sir, I just think it's really good for you to talk parents through that. I think lots of parents now are quite au fait and familiar with the use of Go for Schools, but perhaps parents in year 7. So we'll certainly run another session for this for parents in year 7 next year as well.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So if there aren't any more questions, I think we'll leave it at that for now.
Yeah, that's
brilliant. Lovely. And do check out the newsletter, which tells you when the next forum dates are going to be and what the next topic will be. And we look forward to speaking to you after the holiday. Have a great holiday. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.